everyone, welcome back to XCOM 2. We're going in Operation Busted Doom, a very difficult mission. Comm jamming hardly matters. Phalanx. At the start of this campaign, I feared Phalanx. Putting a shield bearer type enemy in every pod is horrifying. And honestly, I think it's scarier in my head than it has been in reality. Because yes, Yellow Alert lets them immediately act. It represents so much more health. But time and time again, I've just been able to deal with the shield bearers. It hasn't been the problem it seems like it should be from a mathematical standpoint. So honestly, for an assault mission, this doesn't seem too bad. Now, getting into the team for Operation Busted Doom, I want to take a look at Black Cat real quick. They're a psionic medic. We're out of AP. We've used all of our AP very recently because we want to do the best we possibly could on the base assaults, and they went wonderfully. But I think it's absolutely worth it to spend more AP on Black Cat. A, she wants smoke screen and support grenadier. Those are just things that this character definitely wants. But that's 35 AP. That's more than XCOM has. But they're a psionic medic and an A-team member that cannot be replaced. If they die, there's just not going to be a medic on Waterworld. I think giving them low profile is absolutely worth the AP, because right now we're very much in the stage of the game where it's just get all of the members of the A-team to Colonel and we're ready for Waterworld. And to that end, we need to make sure they don't die. So I think low profile should be bought now, even though it's less power than smokescreen and support grenadier would be. At the final rank, we will eventually want to spend AP on both armed intervention and burst fire, but that's not the big deal, really. We desperately need low profile to make sure we get there and have the chance to buy that. Now, for the rest of the team, we have Black Cat's partner Iron Rhino testing out a ghost grenade and coil pistol for the first time this campaign. For our last suit of ruler armor, we're bringing our assault Final Enigma, one of two assaults we have that's actually worth bringing on a mission. Because if our first assault dies, this is the only backup we really got. They're up to a base mobility of 16. And then on top of that, they have their speed PCS and the bonuses from their gear. We only have a total of 2 Mimic Beacons, one on our Medic, one on our Assault, but I think that should be plenty. I am curious if Mimic Beacons work with Prep for Entry. I feel like I probably tested this and it doesn't, and I've just forgotten, but I have to text again just to make sure. We have the partner for Final Enigma and Pure Mischief, a Combat Engineer for cover destruction. We have no partner for White Wolf, unfortunately. Tragedy is getting left behind this time. Such a shame. But we do need a Marine on every mission, and that's what they're here for. Now that we have powered armor rigging, I kind of feel like I want to remove powered armor rigging from my next run. I just have so many item slots, I don't know what to do with them all. It doesn't feel like I'm given options. It feels like I have more options than I should. Like this, I look at this, I'm like, huh. I thought the Serpent armor was supposed to make me give up on something. And everyone else is like, I guess I'll just take another med kit. I'll take another grenade. I'll take, you know, a Mimic Beacon for science. I feel like the third item slot's a bit much, but if we're going to talk about being a bit much, I think there are bigger fish to fry in this campaign, aren't there? Speaking of, though, Kinetic Strike module's been nerfed. That's a mod change I was finally able to make. Somebody in the comments told me what the I was. I was able to find it. I don't know if I've nerfed it enough yet. We'll have to play with it and see. But yeah, all told, it's a pretty well-rounded team. We have long-range core with Marksman Marine, Skirmisher, and a Medic. We have cover destruction here. We have close range dealing in this, and you can teleport. So all told, a pretty balanced team, and it even has a Medic. I think we're well suited to handle Operation Busted Doom. Let's go see if that's correct or hubris. And as we load in, a reminder that I'm incredibly rusty, and I don't think you hitting the like button will change that, but I will definitely appreciate it. All right, we are a dead corner of the map. Really weird, busted up building. I've seen objectives spawning here before. I've just seen it as like a random set piece. Full 2-story building that we're approaching, no high ground between us. So odds are this will be a rough position, but there's also no windows facing this way, so they might not be able to use it very well until we start blowing holes in it at least. But for now, it looks like the only thing for us to do is to run forward. We have a million mobility on this Combat Engineer. It's actually detrimental because like I could run all the way to here and pull immediately. And that's like maybe not the best thing to do. Let's start by moving the Pioneer forward. I know they have huge detection ranges, but they're just not actually making it very far, so they shouldn't be able to see anything. Oh, okay, silly me. Muton Harrier Captain, Elite Biotrooper. I am 1 tile from pulling. Is that just like immediate Overwatch range then? Is that the plan? Let's get further up into this corner tile here on our Combat Engineer. That looks like it should be safe to detection. See if this gets eyes on anything else. No, building looks, you know, quote unquote safe. Pretty dangerous rocket. It would be quite loud as well. Don't want to do that, not yet. We can definitely pull right or even just pull to here and they won't catch us this turn. We have 9 turns until shutdown. That's plenty to move and ambush from a better location. The thing is, there might not be a better location. These guys pulling on their turn isn't necessarily bad. Let's just keep moving up on them and try to set up the Overwatch ambush, maybe. Oh, okay. That was the Great Archon. He's from the Long War standalone enemy pack. We don't get to see what he does just yet. So there's just 2 pods stacked on top of each other here. I think I'm looking to get an Overwatch ambush between turns at this point.
Covering now.
So here I'm just going to take an Overwatch. I don't want any weird movement stuff happening with Sparks because they're so finicky sometimes. Final Enigma. Just get up close into a bad cover position that you intend to live and take your Overwatch. The Marine and Marksman are the ones that are going to really matter here. There's no high ground. We're just in the dead corner of the map. I'm going to sprint into this full cover, I think. That's really a better position for the Marine. I guess the difference, though, is that with the Marine, I can teleport afterwards and I want to Overwatch this turn. Whereas with the Sniper, I just really positively need to be braced. Well, really, I need to be braced on high ground, but that's just not physically possible with the situation we find ourselves in, so here we are. Black Cat has no lance. No, she's training no lance. Very important difference in those words. Move here, take an Overwatch with your Plasma Boltcaster. Yay, 3 ammo mods. It's actually a real gun now. I'm going to move up to this position, expecting to grapple onto the roof and move around a lot. Next turn, take an Overwatch here. We have a Traitor Trooper, wonderful to see. I always love having extra Mimic Beacons. His Overwatch is going to be trash, so I'm just going to sprint him forward for next turn. Alright, let's see it. It's going to get real wacky real fast. We do have all of the suits, so surely this is going to pull, right? It's actually not really getting much closer. The mech might have pulled, it might not have. They might just be sitting there. Well, if the other pod pulls, it'll pull them when everyone else reveals, right? I hear a Viper moving right now, which means there's another pod off to the right. Alright, so they're moving away, but how far away? Because this could still be an excellent pull. I can just hear it moving around on the right. It's like right here. Somewhere in that region. So, I have a combat engineer, but I don't think they have good line of sight on this. Oh, they have the double rocket thing that happens sometimes. Like, I mean, how am I supposed to say no to that? I would love to drop kill zone on that, but you're literally not allowed to, right? AoE suppression is not usable from concealment. I guess the question really just boils down to, is there any way this character is ever going to have a better opening than this? I can blue move bug to here, and alright, yeah, that's it. This is a way better move. I blue move bug like this and use peek from concealment to make it to the wall, and I flame throw both pods. That's better. That is absolutely fucking filthy. The aiming's smoother back here. I can see that I'm never getting the mech. I'm taking the other 3. So, yeah, go for it.
Flamethrower engaged.
I can't imagine a better opening flamethrower than that. Neither can the game. It didn't even know how to render it. So, yeah, that's a ton of shred damage, burnings inflicted, acid burn because there was a Bio Viper in the mix. I wasn't even aware of that one, really. Apparently, one of them was a faceless in disguise, like you do. It's just a whole mess of things happening over here now. Immune, burning, Great Archons running forward. Muton Harrier. I hate seeing Harrier captains deploy backwards as I'm terrified of them. Now, I believe that they already should have vision of this guy. I'm pretty sure I want to Icarus jump to here immediately. I've got vision on 3, I think. I've got vision on 3, including the Archon from here. I want that high ground bonus. I want a soldier up here. So, let's take it. And I'm pretty sure the Archon already passed its check, unfortunately. Oh, you're in Overwatch already. Is that a, It is not a covering fire Overwatch. We can see the Shield Bearer, the Archon, the Heavy Mech. I know the Sniper needs help to bring down the Heavy Mech, so that might be worth doing. I'm definitely double shooting this turn. As a captain, can I do that? Do I have Traverse Fire? I do have Traverse Fire. Good. This Overwatch just has to go. That'll help somebody else to finish it off. And then the Shield Bearer also needs assistance in being killed, so I'll take this shot. Now, it occurs to me, I have a teammate for you. It's actually Final Enigma. You could take another flamethrower. The second one doesn't seem as good, but also, I don't like this like these multiple flanks right here. I think what I want to do is actually use Kinetic Strike. Let's see what our damage is at. 20, you say? 18 on this, huh? I did try to nerf this. Apparently, I did a shit job of it. All right, I'll edit it again between videos, see how it goes. Because apparently, it's not very nerfed is what I'm hearing. It does deal 2 less damage than the base Kinetic Strike, though, so it has been reduced in power, just nowhere near enough. I think I want to come... but if I punch these guys, it's going to bleed on me. It's going to be a bad time. I don't want to do that. If I had known this dealt 20 damage outright, I probably wouldn't have bothered shooting him. This shield bearer is panicking, so I don't even need to hit him. I don't want to take that 78. I don't have anyone on this team that increases accuracy, though. So this is just like a wildly impactful 78 then. Also, I just want to say real quick, I love the Great Archon numerically. It has 30 defense, but it's an upgraded Archon, so it's like one of the only units in the game that can justify having 30 defense. Additionally, it has no armor, it's just a great big bag of hit points. I never see enemies that have no armor and tons of hit points. I'm so glad to see any mod added enemy without armor. It's just a breath of fresh air. With you in the game, it definitely makes sense to start bringing things that increase our aim. Iron Rhino, what are you... Oh. Hello, medic with stasis. Introduce yourself to that Archon. There we go. That's how this turn gets simple. We deal with the Archon next round. We figured it out. I'm a little bit rusty, not used to the phrase, use stasis on the medic. We don't need Shadowfall, but it is a guaranteed kill on the shield bearer, but I mean, we also have options. We can just be running forward as well. We can teamwork the sharpshooter. I think I'm happy to just bring down the mech. That seems perfectly fine to me. They're better than any other unit at doing it.
Target neutralized.
And I'm actually just going to teamwork them now because I know I can't do anything more valuable on Black Cat than teamwork Iron Rhino. They're just a terrifying, terrifying unit. We still have Snapshot available. We can put that into the Bioface's roll to kill. As the Bioface is burning, it's going to regenerate anyway, so it won't matter. Shield Bearer's at 87, but that is still a kill. 82 on the Harrier Captain in the back. That's going to be hard to deal with without Iron Rhino, so I'll take it, even though it's a lower % shot. Only 2 damage makes that very easy to kill. Worst case scenario, we can do it on Synth Soldier. Integrated grapple forward to the corner. I'm going to be sprinting down and doing more things. We're going to take Final Enigma, probably prep for entry grenade into this corner of the wall. The best way to do that is to Rage Fist forward first. There's a lot of stuff going around. If I had a Templar with Fortress, I could ignore it by just running the Templar forward 2. But unfortunately, I can't. Somehow, this move is safe. I can move here, axe throw, prep for entry, just do a lot of stuff. The shield bearer is going to need some help getting taken out, so I think this is actually the move on Final Enigma. All right, sure, he was panicking. We had time to set up a kill. You didn't need to do that, but I will gladly take it. Prep for entry, frag grenade, take out the cover they're using, chip them down. It's so nice to see an assault in their element. Apparently their element's getting gunned down by a turret. Hopefully he can change that last bit. This shield bearer is probably easier to kill than several of the other targets floating around. You have a 68 there, that's not good enough. 100 here, 100 there, but they're not dying. I'm gonna come back to you in a while because you have several lives in your hands. I can Burning Rush to get further, but I don't think it gets me far enough, and there's a turret there that I need to deal with. I can sprint, drop down, open the door, and shoot these guys. I am a pretty big fan of that, to be honest. Although, honestly, I can just do it from here, right? It has eyes on both of them. Yeah. Just sprint for a solid 1-tile drop, it's fine. This still has eyes on the turret, so we do have to worry about it, but that's not the biggest deal. I'm sorry, why is that deal so little? Is he immune to the fire damage from the Dragon Round? That must be what it is. But the Bio Viper's not. We probably take the explosive action here. It's hard to imagine we don't. And then we take our last shot at either the Biofaceless or the Shield Bearer. The Shield Bearer is in cover, which makes it pretty obviously the Biofaceless. We can't rely on it to die due to its regeneration happening before burning. But we can throw an axe at it and then back off. It's only a 93 on the axe, but I believe. Nice. Now, am I actually able to slash you from any direction? No, he's literally walled off by fire. Oh, hey, Trader Trooper, how are you doing? I'm actually just gonna run the Trader Trooper forward to here. You don't see the turret, do you? You see the turret. That's very bad. That's okay, we can put Fiber Giant in front of you, and now we have to. Is there a reason to Burning Rush, or do we just run Fiber Giant forward? I think it's just running Fiber Giant forward.
Pathing confirmed.
Synth Soldier is probably going to need to take out the Shield Bearer or the Muton Harrier, or both. What's your accuracy? Only a 62. How about a guaranteed kill with Bombard here? Obviously, we take that on the Harrier Captain. I always forget that Bombard Protocol doesn't destroy loot. It's very gross. I can neutralize Protocol here to reduce the shots on the turret by 1. That absolutely does matter because the second shot could very easily wound Fiber Giant and rip through a very substantial amount of armor. The first shot's inconvenient, the second shot is legitimately scary. And then we take a 62 to kill the Shield Bearer because I don't think anyone else has a better chance. At least not without standing in the open on our assaults. Now that we've done that, we don't want to group up too much here. I think what I want to do is actually to fall all the way back to this tile. Like somewhere around here. Because if I stand here, the Purifier is just going to throw an incendiary grenade. They probably already are, unfortunately. Oh, I have a Mimic Beacon on you. Well, that changes things. I forgot about that. I may as well run forward here, open the door, put a shot into the Purifier. 82% to do a little bit. 5 damage is not nothing. I'll take that every day. Oh yeah, that happens when you hit too. I always forget. At least this is a soldier I don't care about, and in fact, it's not even a soldier. So the question is just, do I throw a Mimic Beacon to stop an incendiary on Fiber Giant and 2 B team units? I could also use Teamwork and see if Pure Mischief can secure a kill. How would that ever happen? They could just move and break the reasoning for it, right? I think having pulled double pods here with a Great Archon in it, that this is actually a valid Mimic Beacon. I think that's reasonable. So Great Archon's mitigated. We don't have to see him shooting people for 10 damage this turn. Purifier is getting tricked. 5 damage on the guy who is not taking any damage according to the UI here. Who took 5 damage? Excuse me? We'll go ahead and see if the UI updates when we get back. So I wasn't expecting that part. Did anyone actually take damage?
I'm hit.
You burnt for 2 once it became your turn. Just gonna shrug my shoulders and roll with that. What's my chance to hit you? 73? Not good enough. I'm gonna walk directly adjacent to you. Now what's my chance to hit you? 78. It's only a 63 with rapid fire. Still probably the play. Soulfire hits for 6 to 8. Insanity. It's a 71% that could be mind controlling it. I think running forward and starting with Insanity gives me a much better picture of how I'm dealing with you. Because if you're panicked, then I don't care about you. If you're mind controlled, I don't even want to shoot you. Not mind controlled, but panicked. In that case, we have time. But we may as well start with this, because we're already committed Synth Soldier here. Very durable enemy. Next up, we have an empty gun here. Purifiers being a problem. If I move to here, I've got vision. I'm gonna trust that this isn't burning down because it just has poison next to it. There's no reason it should be burning graphically. Oh, I thought you were the old shitty turrets that had like 5 health under all that armor. Suppression it is.
Blasting that target.
'Cause it's probably not dying this turn. Run forward to here and hunker down to get rid of the firearms to our mischief before they take any more damage. You've got 1 action. I could just Justice the Purifier. Do I care if Manticore ends up in the infirmary? Honestly, not really. But I do want Fiber Giant moving forward. So if we're risking someone going in the infirmary, it should be Fiber Giant because they won't. They just won't go in the infirmary. That's not how it works. 18 damage on Kinetic Strike, huh? That is down from the 20 that it is at baseline, but I definitely need to nerf this more. I've lost an armor and a small amount of my pride, but nothing that mattered. I'll grab this loot. It'd be very unfortunate if this pulled, but it could. Core, alloys, crystal, laser sight, nothing really. Okay, so now let's just pump some bullets into the Archon on our way. I can ripjack over. That seems pretty good. Jesus. You go, Melancholy Manticore. I was not expecting that much damage out of you. Move forward a tiny bit and take the shotgun blast here on Enigma. I think it's just dead to burning, yeah. All right, problem solved. You're not doing anything with that run and gun, buddy. Just gonna run forward on my Mimic Beacon Trooper. Iron Rhino really wants good line of sight. This is the best they're getting. And that's our last move for the turn. So, turret really shouldn't be a problem. It's suppressed. It's got target. I braced and got more vision. Okay, so that's the guard pod on the roof. He died to... Oh, he was burning and acid burning. That's a rough life. Thanks, Black Cat, for being a Scion and not a medic. It makes you a much better unit. Oh, and here's the 4th pod. All right, cool, cool, cool. At very difficult, I think there's a 5th one, and that's the new Sectoid Commander. Again, we have Long War, standalone Long War Alien Pack installed. So that's the Sectoid Commander from this and not from the Alien Elite Pack. And I'm not quite sure on the difference, but we'll be finding out soon. All right, not a whole lot happening between turns other than this pull. Gonna take a shot here and see if I can just get lucky and kill it. Very nice.
That's it. On reserve.
Take my free reload. And the real question is, what do I see? It's just the Elite Shield Bearer. No point suppressing that. The issue we have is that we really can't see them to fight them very well. I can get corner cover here. This might pull the next pod, but if it does, it's not the worst thing in the world. I wouldn't recommend taking cover on that side of the wall, my friends. Second flamethrower on the Bio Viper to kill the shield bearer seems great.
They won't last long.
Yeah, seems pretty solid so far. We can circle around to here, get a flank shot to kill. Is there somewhere better inside the building? Probably, right? Yeah, we've got the doorway. I'm gonna take this corner cover, kill the Viper. I hate leaving just the Sectoid up because I know it's gonna have a mass mind spin ability that is just a little bit spooky. Oh. I mean, if you're the only thing I can see, I guess I'll Blaster Bomb now. I don't know if I can actually see it as the issue. I suspect the Bio Viper will be immune to what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna make sure I'm hitting the Sectoid and blow up all the cover next to it. I'm expecting to have a line on the Bio Viper, but somehow I don't see it. With that done, we can clearly see where the Sectoid Commander is now. Running in to get involved probably pulls this pod at the remotely similarly positioned to last turn. A part of me just wants to Overwatch, expecting the next pod to run in. Like, reload snapshot. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Reload, pistol, Overwatch. I'm expecting the next pod to run in. I don't think it's good to move. I might just be sprinting forward here. The Sectoid Commander is not gonna move and take a flank shot, so sprinting forward here seems decent. Although I probably should have just saved the ability on my sniper to use teamwork and... Oh, teamwork's still on cooldown, isn't it? Yeah, I started with teamwork, so that's not gonna be back anyway. We're good. This again looks like free reload and sprint into positions. I would really like to take shots instead. Specifically at the Bio Viper, but that's not happening, unfortunately. I can just barely get in range to take a shot at the Sectoid Commander. So we'll take our free reload and see what we can do there. Probably not a lot. They're very far away. Absolute max range. 81, huh? That's way better than I thought I was going to say. The advanced aim PCSs, or rather superior aim PCSs, are doing a lot of work. Going to run forward to here and then see if Capacitor discharges a kill on the Snake. If not, I'll just reload. No, but it is a kill on the Sectoid Commander. There's no way a rocket's going anywhere near him, right? Yeah. I think that's worth doing to get the kill on the Sectoid Commander, soften up the Snake. At this point, the Snake might spend its turn sprinting to the other pod to call for help. Oh, that was a civilian. Don't worry, Sen Soldier. They were probably a faceless. War crimes don't exist. I'm just gonna move like this on Fiber Giant. I really don't want to pull the next pod, although I do want to move towards the objective. I'll take an Overwatch. Move here. I'll take the token shot at the Viper. It has a very, like, above average, above 50 chance of killing. Actually 70. Yeah, it's dead. Nice. And the last pod will probably run in. We're not exactly being quiet. Joke's on me, no one did anything. Alright, Living Mimic Beacon, your actions don't matter, you run first. And continue on. Nothing. Actually, nice to see. Gonna run Fiber Giant forward to the same point. We're gonna try not to pull this turn. Run to the edge of the high ground and reload on Synth Soldier. I could try to use my Ghost Grenade now, but instead I'm gonna sprint forward and brace against Fiber Giants.
Will do.
That pulled, apparently, because I lost command, or not command, the ability to control my camera.
I've got eyes on advent troops.
Oh. Did that brace instantly? Is that why? Are you already braced? No, but there's a Sectopod over there. First one of the campaign. I would like to get forward on everyone, especially the person who has stasis. And I wouldn't mind using that Ghost Grenade anymore. I'm not even willing to, like, move here. I'm just so worried about everything, but it should be fine. This is a blue move to a bad position. I'm always going to be moving forward on pure mischief. I'm not going to be standing still.
Covering now.
Final Enigma. Again, I'll stop early and take the Overwatch. No, I actually want to crowd in to make sure that I can get a Ghost Grenade next turn if they don't do anything. They're probably running in, though. I might be seeing that with Brace. They might not actually be pulled. Okay, that one just ran straight at us. They definitely pulled. This is two pods on top of each other. At least we got a Serpent Suit Panic. That's nice. The Sidewinder is another new Long War of the Chosen enemy. Sectopod, Sidewinder, Shield Bearer. Some absolutely useless shotgun shots. 50 health, all the armor in the world. It's one hell of a Sectopod. There's a Frost Shield droid in the back and a Advent Hunter drone. That might be new for Long War of the Chosen, but it really isn't super important. Is the other pod also pulling, or is this just one pod? Just a very large pod. Was that Overwatch covering fire on the Sectoid? Or on the Sectopod, rather? Yeah, it was. Nice. Neutralize Protocol, are you back by chance? No. No, it's not. That thing hits for 10 to 11. What's the phrasing on covering fire? Any enemy action, so it affects stasis. But I do know it's not triggered by free actions. And a Frostbite is a free action. But it's a machine making it immune to Frostbite thanks to Frost Munitions. A mod that I am not uninstalling until my next campaign because it's not just a minor thing, it's a, like, I've already made things, I've made Frost Munitions. It's a fairly large mod, I don't want to get rid of it in the middle of a campaign. So, how much armor is that? Can you just give me a number? 10? Yeah, 10 seems reasonable. Why not? So I have Space Egg and Angry Sectopod installed. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this is unreasonable. I think that's even my toned down version of Angry Sectopod. I think by default it's worse. I mean, there's only one thing for it, right? He's called a Living Mimic Beacon for a reason. Damn, who could have predicted this outcome? I'm going to need you to not be here. I just need you to fuck right off. As for the next action, we have a shield bearer and a sidewinder. We don't have good shots on them. The 6 to 8 here is probably going to be what we're doing with insanity. We can Icarus jump in, but I mean, there's kind of a lot of stuff going on. We don't really want the Muton Commandant joining. Let's take a look at the sidewinder. Endfinder gave 25 dodge against attacks within 4 tiles. That's actually pretty cool. An enemy that you specifically don't want to get close with. It has its own funnily named version of Hit and Run. I'm a big fan. It has Shadow Step. So this is a Snake Ranger. I love it. That's so cool. The mech longbow is going to be an explosives archer. Because it was blue, I thought it was Frost Legion, but it's not. And also because it's next to a Frost Shield droid, which means that somebody has Frost followers that they shouldn't. I'll have to sort that one out. Although it might actually be a base Frost Legion thing that I'm upset with. It might not be me. Regardless. Let's just start this up by grappling in and seeing where the next pod runs, because we're definitely pulling the next pod. Oh, there's going to be a lot to deal with. This mission is really setting the bar for what the end game's going to be like, isn't it? It is not a small 12 enemies. We could largely stand still and ghost grenade ourselves. That's a possibility we have. My kinetic strike hits like an absolute truck. Yeah. I'll take that. I'll take 2 of those, please. Because I look at the Commandant and the Archer that I should look at what the Longbow does. I just, in my head, because of Long War 1, I'm like, Longbow, Archer, lots of explosives. Quick check, though. Can I F1 by doing this? No. I need somebody else. I want an F1 on this unit. Do you counterattack? You do just about everything else, but you don't counterattack. I remembered it correctly. It's hard to keep track of all the Mutons. We're going to overdrive here. We have a lot of punch, but we actually do not have enough punch, so we need to use overdrive. Once and twice should do it. He's so durable. This is the nerfed Commandant, and he's just like, I'll live. It's only 18 damage, it's fine. The unnerved Commandant would have lived through that, by the way, with 4 health remaining. We've got 2 moves, we can figure it out later. The next 2 moves don't matter. That was the big thing that he was doing. I probably should have overdrived and pumped 3 bullets into the Sectopod before I stasis it, huh? My chance of shutdown here is essentially 0. I think I'm sprinting forward to overdrive, rapid fire, shoot, and rocket next turn. With an advanced scope and high ground, my aim probably won't even increase from doing that. Is there anything here that really matters? If this cover is destructible, this is a great bombard protocol. So I'm going to do this. That might allow my skirmisher up top to get multiple kills. It also might not really matter. It's hard to say. The Grenadier, I believe, is another Long War that chose an enemy type. So we'll take a look at how they're doing. Or what they do, rather. They have salvo and the biggest booms. 7 to 8, grenade launcher, fire weapon, acid grenade, acid grenade. Oh, weird. I wouldn't expect them to be both acid grenades. I wonder if they randomly generate their grenade types, or if it's always 2 acid grenades. We're going to take explosive action for sure. I think you're the only one with a good chance of killing the heavy grenadier, so we're going to put 2 shots into him here. With burning, that should be all but guaranteed. Yeah, that'll do too. And then lastly, we want to take a high heat ripjack. With some help, we can finish off the sidewinder, or the drone, or the shield droid, or the shield bearer, but we have to figure out who the help is. Like an Icarus armor onto the roof seems very dangerous. From here, I have traverse fire, shield bearer, officer. We need someone else to finish. I have an 86 on this precision shot, 85 there. It's not actually killing on any of them. Oh, here we go. Because blue screens bypass armor. I don't even think I need precision shot, do I? Oh, I do. 76 to kill on a unit that's otherwise never going down. I think that is actually Iron Rider's best bet, because we can't reliably get to high ground this turn. A million status effects that didn't matter. You probably want to be running forward to full cover here. Seems right to me.
Move already.
I've got the shot on the shield bearer here with 82. That seems like the thing to do. Being inside the house actually looks not all that safe due to the elite gunner being there. So I'm gonna take another shot at the shield bearer and try to avoid running inside, actually.
I got it, right?
I can get to here. Does my assault have prep for entry? No. I can move forward here, chuck the grenade, and then use my assault to blow it up. That seems solid. The hunter drone can take its turn, but first, what does the hunter drone do? Stunner, repair, mechanical chassis, drone shock. It's just like bigger fish to fry. That's really all it is. Really should have used stasis later in the turn, but I was very worried about the Sectopod and played badly as a result. This will be the thing we need to do to clear line of sight to the Sectopod and to set up the kill here. I'm assuming I'll deal 8 damage here on Final Enigma. It seems like a reasonable assumption, but I don't know that it actually is. Minimum damage 7. We have 260s. Odds are 8 out of 9, I think, something like that. It's dead regardless.
It's dead. It has to be dead.
You have your extra moves. Since Soldier has a move, but it's very nearly useless. Oh. Also, the Frost Shield droid's alive. I could have sworn I hit it for a number that said it's completely dead. Anyway, since this rocket appears to have more range than God, complete opposite of the rocket target I've been experiencing all campaign, seems like a good start. Finish off the droid, blow up the car to kill the other guy, damage the currently panicking one. That's still there. Can't win them all. We have Ripjack Strike on the drone from inside the house, which is actually safe now. I'll take it. On a crit, we could kill it. And with this amount of heat, it's actually very, very likely to crit. And then we have movement, but I think we're just looking... We have the fancy new sound indicator for saving the door open, but it shows up even when we're unconcealed, making it funny. I think we just want to get right next to the Sectopod for next turn. You're here. Speaking of getting next to the Sectopod for next turn, like, I don't want you here when he explodes, but I need somebody to make sure he dies. And that's gonna be you in the punching. Cause 50 and 10 is just a lot. It's just a fucking lot. Yep, that's 7 damage, alright. Damage numbers just really skyrocket at the ends. Does that work on a stasis Sectopod, or does he miss the buff? Nice. Very nice. Yeah, the loot can expire. I have way bigger things to worry about. Okay, where is the plan? Hello, the plan. Yes. Overdrive. Remember how I said that Synth Soldier and in general Infiltrators were this campaign's plan for shredding? And that AP rounds dealt tremendously more damage than any other shredding round due to getting through the armor? Don't you have AP rounds? Yes, but even with ignoring 5 armor, our minimum damage is only 2. What's our accuracy on rapid fire? Oh, it's not back yet. That's fine. We'll just shoot it 3 times. Yeah, it's just a lot of armor, like a completely fucking unreasonable amount of armor. That is simultaneously the least and the most that Synth Soldier has ever done. It's so much armor, it's ridiculous. Run forward, you're gonna need to be closer for whatever happens next turn. I did not realize that I just had Iron Rhino stand in the open last turn. It worked out. Traverse fire with AP rounds. It's already a 100, so there's no point getting closer. Fair. The Sectopod's dying this round. We have done enough shred to ensure that, but it probably requires us to... I can Icarus and suppress the officer. I don't think it actually dies if I do that. We've pumped 5 of the highest caliber bullets XCOM has into this thing. It's still over half health. Oh no, overdrive's on cooldown. So we just got 1 punch for 18. This Mimic Beacon's kind of important. Let's go ahead and take rapid deployment on the actual star of the A-Team, Black Cat. Jesus Christ. Thanks for showing up, Black Cat. I'm glad I brought you on this mission. You're really just wonderful. I'm glad you're here. No, that wasn't minimum damage. That was very relevant damage. Take my second free reload. Use Justice on the shield bearer, probably. Get rid of all this temporary health. You're right, we are beating up that Sectopod. We need just a little bit more damage here. I thought that was a blue action. He had 1 action because of explosive action. I used sprint thinking he had 2 actions, and then I ended my turn. I see what I did. I understand how I messed up. How many tiles do you think this explosion radius is going to be? Because I reckon it's going to be more than I want it to be. I'm sorry, you have an anti-melee counterattack? Fuck yeah, lightning reflexes. Let me F1 the Sectopod for a second. The Sectopod is angrier than I remember it being. Excuse me, sir. Lightning field. Discharge an electric attack in a radius around the Sectopod. Wrath cannon. 10 to 11, 4 shreds 2, covering fire, guardian, lightning storm. Sectopod immunities, and, you know, mysterious healing ability. Anyway, I don't want to be next to the Sectopod. That was a temporary measure. I'm going to move here and keep going. Also, I expected more damage out of that. It's fine. It's fine. I guess corner cover is better than not corner cover. It's largely irrelevant. You want to go ahead and take the move where you get further away first? Do I just want to chuck a defensive mine on this guy and run past? I actually can do that from here. And I think that's the play since he's currently stunned. And I'll take a position up top on the house so I can use a rocket next turn if they're out here still, which is a very good chance because Mimic Beacons make them crazy. Got a very narrow Rouse here if I want it, but it's not great. Who's my teamwork on? Enigma, not really important. Let's just see what happens here real quick. Like, how bad is this? Because I know it's not. Holy shit, it was terrible. So A, that's not once per turn. It's every time you hit it. And B, it ignores all armor. C, the radius is less than 3 tiles and it hits for 5. Fiber Giant, enjoy your stay in the infirmary. You did your job. You punched the machine that ought not have been punched.
Proceeding to target.
But I would like you to have a little bit more health than 0. So you can go now. Yeah, sure, just kill that guy. There's a Mimic Beacon, they won't shoot you.
Target eliminated.
Actually, you should probably go get the objective on the 2nd floor, huh? A little bit late for that. Is there a working staircase? Was it in this corner of the room? It might be harder to get in there than it's supposed to be. We'll figure it out. Just gonna run out to here in case this last guy tries to make life hard on me. I'm acting like I know there's not another pod. Surely it wouldn't be back here even if there was, though. I just seen 22 guys, including a lot of armored. It's been my first Sectopod of the game. I'm still derusting. I'm just acting like I've seen the worst of it and it can't be more bad. Joke's on you, idiot. You're the one who died. That was a hologram. Oh, you lived. Yeah, you do have armor, don't you? Anyway, continuing with the theme of shooting tons and tons of bullets, Melancholy Manticore is going to keep doing the same thing they've been doing all mission to brilliant effect. Hey, you want to kill that guy too? Oh, that's not quite the number I'm looking for. Can we go up top and make it better?
I'll take the high road.
What do you mean you don't see? Are you sure you don't see him? Look, I'll put it on Black Cat. God knows they've earned the experience.
How many is that
Positive
now?
confirmation. Area secured.
Since Soldier can just jumpy legs into the building and get it himself, additionally, they have the bit, and they're going to be the ones with the best odds of getting hack rewards as a result of that. It looks like there's really not a normal way into the building anymore. This is where the staircase used to be. Shame about that. Reload Overwatch. Reload Overwatch. Evac, sure, you can leave. You don't have to stay. Reload Overwatch. I don't think there's anything to even worry about. But like, just in case.
On your order.
You know, if the nightmare is somehow not over, I may as well take the Overwatches. So I need to add some things to my notepad, such as nerf Sectopods, presumably also nerf Gatekeepers since they have similar mods installed. And then, very importantly, continue nerfing Kinetic Strike. I'll take the one that actually succeeds. $35 whole smackaroos.
Status confirmed.
You know, and that's one of the bigger wounds Fiberjohn's ever suffered. But it was valuable information about not ever attacking a Sectopod in melee unless you have lightning reflexes. And even then, it's a 1 in 20 chance to just immediately die. Let's check out the debriefing. 2 kills, 44 damage, and 100 accuracy on Iron Rhino, which is solid, but Black Cat was honestly far, far more valuable, even though their stats don't represent it. Stasis isn't a glorious job, but it is critically essential at this point in the game. Melancholy Manticore unambiguously doing more work than our aim stacked sniper that was stuck on the low ground. 4 kills, which is the same, but 100% shot accuracy over twice as many shots, almost twice as much damage. White Wolf, again, doing great. Lots of 100% accuracies coming through. Sorry, Pure Mission is here to remind you that you don't need to land shots to deal damage, you just need disgusting flamethrowers. Final Enigma doing actually comparable to Iron Rhino, so that's great for the assault considering the campaign. Fiber Giant is here to deliver the punch and steal the MVP. And since Soldier would have probably got an MVP if he weren't pumping 3 shots into 10 armor. Great stats for a terrifying mission. As we come back, it's the sad news of no promotions, but hey, there's a bond level up, that's neat. 16 damage is honestly not a bad wound for the amount the Fiber Giant took on that last punch. And as always, a great big pile of corpses, but nothing special. Although that does unlock the Sectopod breakdown. As always, we immediately toss Black Cat straight back in the tank. We continue on. I don't think we'll be needing that facility lead on account of the absolutely no facilities that are happening in this campaign. We knocked them all down, and there's going to be like another 2 weeks still, I think, until the next one from all of the knocking them down we did. So we continue on building this radio relay just because past me decided to do this, so it must be all right. We're upgrading our PCSs. That sounds amazing. We're continuing to do that. Fine by me. New covert action to remove Dark Event. I don't know why I even bothered to check. We're doing great on Illyrium, alloys, and supplies. I don't need to do the supply convoy. I'm going to keep on scanning. Infiltration mission expiring. What was it for? Oh, this is a full-on infiltration mission. Absolutely not. Don't I already have one of those in the works, though? Meaning I wouldn't even be able to field the second one, realistically? Oh, I thought I was infiltrating a mission. I guess I'm not. Silly me. Oh, hey, that's why I thought I might have the Warlock Crown. I was currently making it. Fair enough. So now we have the Disruptor Rifle, which is unironically one of the best weapons in the game. It might just be a more or less basic rifle, but the guaranteed crits on psionic units is absolutely fantastic. The Warlock's Crown is I've nerfed it severely from its baseline. It's probably still super busted, but we'll be giving that over to Black Cat. We have scatter guns, coil guns, assassin weapons. Psionic weapons isn't going to be happening because these aren't actually usable on the classes I have. I could do I&I edits to allow it on all classes and then just honor code only using it on ones that have the gift. That would be an easy way of doing it, but I don't want to. We can also just work on the coil lance itself. The Arashi essentially makes assaults just unambiguously good units, whereas scatterguns, coil guns, and coil lances aren't actually much better until I get around, and this needs Archon and Spectre autopsies as well, which I would like to have them become instant instead of doing them myself. All of this stuff really relies on getting the bridging tech, which I can't do until I do the Forge, and I'm currently locked on facility construction for that. I'm gonna go for assassin weapons to make my assaults better in assaults, which is an awkward sentence. Wrap up this radio relay. Never mind, neutralize field commander. What are we looking at? Counter undying loyalty, we have no choice. The Hive off the grid. A group of Advent-controlled chrysalids has, let's go ahead and click the question mark. Has gone off the grid, yeah, appropriate, and is roaming the area. It would seem that Advent has lost control of these chrysalids, who has put them down. Updated firewalls, well rehearsed, honestly seems completely fine. Let's go do it. It doesn't seem too bad. We're 4 hours out from being able to send Regal Dawn on this mission. To me, it seems like maybe I just wait for 4 hours. How much time is on this? 4 days? I'm just gonna go sell stuff at the black market and see if time actually passes for the infirmary while I'm flying. Down to tired 2 hours, so yep, looks like it does. He'll be back when I go back, hopefully. They want our Advent Purifier corpses, and I'm more than happy to give them to them. I'm also more than happy to give them most of our data pads and all of my frames. That's another 358 credits, and we're gonna go ahead and head straight back, see if we can't go there immediately. It would be so sad when my Reaper is not recovered when I get there. Brutal. Just gonna fly back and forth for a hot second. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and build my first Tesla Lance for my Reaper. I just don't see a reason not to build these as I need them, as I'm able to use them. Because, like, even though I technically don't need this stuff, it's just nice to have. And for the same reason, I should go ahead and build a bullpup. You're not taking anything. I can't make yours. Another bullpup, and I can't build a shotgun either, so. I'm gonna make the Cycler auto pistol for my Templar now before I can forget. Apparently I have access to blaster gauntlets already for my combat engineers, but there are none here. I definitely should have made one last mission. There we go, the Cal 50 bullpups. Seriously, just look at them. They are so sleek and so fancy. And they're reasonable amounts of sleek. They're not the crazy super sleek that you get out of the plasma stuff in this game. I love them. It makes me incredibly sad that I cannot recolor the Warlock's crown, but it's also like perfectly terrible, and I kind of dig it. Although there's no reason to run the Warlock's crown, because the only, oh wait, yes. The Warlock's crown does just give you mind control. I was gonna say, since my only ability is stasis, for the record, it used to give you 2 other abilities, I forget which ones. I was like, that's too much. It's at 80 psi strength. What's the advanced psi underlay? 20, huh? I'm probably gonna go ahead and remove mind control from this. So it's effectively 20 higher than the most advanced tier of Psyop, which I otherwise don't have access to right now. So 80 is actually the right strength if it goes 20, 40, 60, and then this would be 80 at the absolute top end. Just giving you mind control though, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and play with this for a while, see if I feel it's okay for a, you know, chosen thing. It probably isn't, I'm gonna be upfront with you, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it out, see how I feel. You know, a long time ago, I sold an EMP bomb and said, I think these things are a waste of my time. Let me go look at EMP bombs real quick. It sounds like it's not a guaranteed stun against mechs, which is for the best, because that would be comically overpowered. But since it's not, I don't think I care. Oh yeah, we have overdrive serums now. We probably want those for our assaults. I'm gonna build one of these, because overdrive serums have been reworked because of the Berserker rework to be actually reusable and not just pointless. No assault here today, so I won't be using it, but worth noting. All right, I will do those slight mod updates, nerfing Kinetic Strike, nerfing the Gatekeeper buffs and the Sectopod buffs, because those are clearly too strong. That's a little bit too much. It's not that it was unhandleable, right? At this point, you do have the tools to handle that. It's that it's so far out of line with the rest of the game. It's just incongruous. It stands out as being too strong comparatively. So that needs to get toned down a little bit. I'm happy with like 40 HP and 8 armor. That's not a problem. But 50 and 10 is just like a bridge too far. 40 and 8 is still terrifying. Anyway, for now, this is the setup we're taking into Apostles Paramore. We're bringing Big Large and Sonic Serenade so we can heal up Fiber Giant. If we don't have a tech spec, we'll be bringing Dread Mechanism instead. We can't afford to be relying on our Infiltrator to heal it. It's just too slow and too inefficient. We're also bringing Regal Dawn and Depressed Stronger. Essentially, at this point in the time, expect to see multiple A team members on every team, and also probably nothing but B team members, which is the case here as well. White Wolf is being double missioned, and Perfect Tragedy, their bond partners coming out. We have AP rounds or Black Ice on everybody. We have 6 Mimic Beacons in total. We have the Ghost Grenade, the Black Ice Skulljack, the Warlock's Crown, a bunch of tier 3 weapons. We have 2 Bullpups, a Tesla Lance, and the Disruptor Rifle. This is a very strong team again. And just like last time, I'm confident, but as we saw today, things are really, really scary, and I can imagine them going wrong pretty quickly. In fact, if last mission hadn't had that random, traitor unit, we would probably have been rolling in Lightning Reflexes like 1 in 20 to just get murdered. Oh no, Lightning Reflexes is buffed in XCOM 2. The first one's a guaranteed miss. It's not... Never mind. Yeah, thanks to Assaults, last mission was not a nightmare. Thanks to Assaults specifically, that's their niche, is if you absolutely positively need Lightning Reflexes except no substitutes, that's what you have Assaults for. Anyways, for now, I'm done. I'll see you next time with Operation Apostles Paramore and some slight balance changes. I'd rather go here. I've been having a blast with XCOM 2, although I definitely feel like I'm still de-rusting and not entirely on my feet. I hope you've been enjoying it with me. And as always, big thanks to my one Patreon supporter and to the modding community that makes runs like this possible.